Hello everybody, welcome to Grassroots Vegan. I'm David Kelly. So what's the deal with Durianrider? I mean, Harley is saying that the channel's been taken down by YouTube, but I went on there today and it seems to be up and running, so I don't know. Maybe it was down and then it's back up again, but interesting. Like, talk about a shocker, right? To have your main channel, your main source of income be literally just taken away like that. And it's, it's kind of funny because a few days ago I put up a video dedicated to Freely to more or less, encourage her to see a professional financial advisor and get a plan in place so that in the event that something serious did happen or could happen, you would have some protection there. And so I don't know if either one of them even seen the video, but that's okay. All I know is I've been on this planet for over half a century now. I don't claim to be wise or anything like that. In fact, most of my life I've been a downright fool. But I've learned from a lot of my foolishness, and fortunately, I wasn't too foolish enough to completely self-destruct. So anyhow, there have been a few people asking me what do I think about silver, and my opinion, I got mixed feelings about silver. First of all, I own silver. I have invested in silver and gold, and I would have to say, out of everything that I have invested in, that has been the worst performer. When did I start buying? I guess I started buying back in, seriously buying back in 2011. Yeah, 2011. And, I didn't buy everything in 2011. It's been throughout, I guess, the last 4 years now, and it's downhill just like that. Every time I buy it, I thought, oh yeah, this is the bottom, and then sure enough, it would go down almost immediately after I bought it. It was like it almost got to the point where, hey, I can show you, I can make silver go down. I just go out and buy some, and then it'll go down the next day. And the reality is, I mean, silver has been on a downward trend for a couple hundred years at least. And there have been periods in time where it spikes up, but then it comes back down again. And silver, in terms of a stable investment, it definitely is not. It's a highly volatile investment. But, are we at the bottom right now? What is silver at? 1550? Is that the bottom? Maybe. I can't really say. I think, okay, if you want to buy some at this price, it probably is a good price. But I wouldn't be anticipating in the near future any big uptick in silver. I just don't see it happening. In fact, commodities in general are really being hit hard. And, again, I know there are, you hear there's a lot of so-called market gurus that are promoting silver and gold, and they're scaring the hell out of people, telling them that basically the end of the financial market is near. We're facing a huge collapse. And it's coming soon, and it scares me. And, they've got a lot of pretty sound arguments to back it up. But they've been saying this now for quite a while, and maybe eventually it will come true. But in the meantime, had I listened to them and put everything into silver and gold back in 2011, I would not be looking good right now financially at all. I'd be in a terrible place. So, if you're going to own, if silver is going to be an investment for you, I would recommend it shouldn't be more than 2% of your total portfolio. But I know what the problem is a lot of people that look at silver as, you know, they're looking at it like it could be like the lottery win for them. They don't have a portfolio. They don't have a lot of money to work with here. They might have a couple of $1,000s that they have to work with, and so they can't think long term. It just what they're hoping for is if they put that couple of $1,000s into something like a penny stock or into silver, that they're going to hit it big. And you know, the likelihood of that happening is pretty remote, unfortunately. Really, you know, it sounds boring and everything, but a financial plan, a diversified portfolio, saving your money, getting out of debt, that's the way to get ahead. I mean, there's no magic to this. There's no secret insight or anything like that. Nothing has changed in that area. Stay out of debt, live within your means, live below your means, save money, and invest it conservatively. That's the best way to do it. And then when you have a good portfolio put together of conservative investments, you can now look at, say, okay, let's gamble a little bit on gold or silver, or let's buy an Alibaba and see what happens, right? I mean, but you know, so you got to first have a financial plan in place before you consider speculating on precious metals or penny stocks or options or anything like that. That's my opinion. I'm no expert here. Although I did do the Canadian securities course. I have my securities certificate, but I'm not a professional. I don't work in the industry, so I'm really not a qualified professional. I'm just a layman that invests in the market. And from what I've seen, you know, that's my opinion. So, what else? Yeah, I know somebody who was a vegan for just over a year and ran into some health problems and gave it up on the recommendation of their doctor. And, you know, in this case, I would have to say that the doctor was right in saying that the diet was the problem, but giving up veganism, I don't think, was a solution. I actually talked to this person about a month ago, concerned about what they were eating, and because I didn't feel like even though they were vegan, even though they weren't eating animal products, I didn't feel that what they were eating was optimal for their health long term, and that they would run into problems. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And you know, basically, if you really want to succeed being a vegan, you really got to focus on eating healthy, whole plant-based foods. And you know, in this particular case, it was a matter of eating too much, I would say junk food, basically, even though it wasn't, there was no animal products. It was still high fat, high refined sugars, the combination of them both together. Now, that being said, you know, you can eat really healthy and occasionally cheat a little bit and have something that's not healthy, right? Like a vegan cheesecake or something like that. That's not the end of the world, but it's when you're not really paying attention to what you're eating and you tend to just eat what's convenient, which tends to be the high-fat, high-refined sugar foods, which are otherwise nutrient deplete and highly processed. That way of eating will definitely create problems for you down the road. Another thing, I think a mistake that a lot of people who come to the vegan lifestyle make is calorie restriction. They're using that same mindset that they did trying a number of other diets when they weren't vegan, and that's basically restricting the calories. And that is another big mistake. I think, again, you're going to run into problems or you're going to get discouraged by the diet and you're going to abandon it. And I would say another mistake is people coming to this vegan lifestyle hoping to lose a lot of weight real soon and doing extreme, what I would call esoteric practices. And what are those? I would classify, anything extreme like doing a juice fast, drinking nothing but juices, green juices for a month, or eating nothing but one particular kind of food like bananas for a month, or maybe just jumping into doing 100% raw for a month, 80-10-10 style. Now, there's a place, or water fasting, that's another one. There's a place for all of that. And I'm not against doing 100% raw. I know there's people out there that have succeeded on eating 100% raw. I just think if you're new coming to this lifestyle, those practices will, if you try to jump into that from, if you're coming from a standard American diet and you just jump into something like that, I believe personally you're setting yourself up for a big disappointment. You're setting yourself up for a fall. I could be wrong. I know there are people who have come to this lifestyle with health problems and do juicing and do fasting and go 100% raw to deal with those health problems quickly and have experienced positive results from that. But there's a lot of stories that you don't hear about, that people who've attempted it have failed. There's a lot of them, believe me. And there's a lot of people that have failed at staying on the vegan diet. And I don't want to call it a failure. That's not a fair way to describe it. But the manner in which they approached this lifestyle wasn't correct. And they made mistakes. And I know this. I mean, in the beginning, when I first became a vegan, I did everything wrong. Fortunately, after about 3 months, I went to the doctors, I got a complete physical, and I discovered I had health problems. And that kind of forced me to look at veganism for health reasons. And that's when I came across the high carbohydrate, low fat vegan diet. And that was where things changed for me for the better. And this is where, if you want to succeed, you've got to be able to have, what you really want to establish here is a vegan foundation. And that is, well, I mean, we can go beyond just what you're eating, but your whole lifestyle. You want to create a good level of stability and balance in your life. And with diet, that means eating a good variety of fresh fruits and vegetables. If you can get them in season, that's even better. And eating a good variety of starches. And then aside from that, making sure that you get a good night's sleep, that you're physically active. And if you're doing that and eating enough, that's another big important one as well, eating enough. If you have the fruits, the leafy green vegetables and other kinds of vegetables, and the starches like potatoes and rice, quinoa, beans and lentil, if you have all that in place and you're using these foods in a good balanced way throughout the day and throughout the week, and you're eating enough and you're getting a good night's sleep and you're being physically active, then you're on the way to success. But if you're not thoughtful about this lifestyle and you're just eating out of convenience, whatever is there, just as long as it's vegan, then you're going to probably end up eating a lot of highly processed foods that are not optimal for your health. And the calorie restriction or doing these different extremes also could lead to problems, especially with eating disorders, and ultimately that can lead to failure as well. So that's about it on that topic there. I don't think I need to add anything to that. So what have I covered here? You know, money, get yourself a diversified portfolio if you can. If you can't, if you're, you know, kind of struggling to get by at the moment, you really do got to find a way to get your spending habits in order and have a discipline there, and then try to work towards getting a financial plan in place for your life. And then later on, you know, if you want to gamble on more speculative things like silver, then do it. No harm, though, in the immediate future if you want to go out and buy some silver coins and you know, just put them away, and maybe many years down the road they'll be worth something. There's always that possibility. No harm in that. But what I don't want you to think of investments is like a lottery ticket, that it's going to be the next big win, because that always disappoints. Rarely does it ever happen like that. So I think I've pretty much said what I need to say for today. I'm going to have myself an amazing salad tonight. And I bought an organic papaya, and I've never had organic papaya. It may be good, it may not. We'll see. So I'm excited about trying that out as well. Take care and have a great day.